Very excited. I love playing Christmas music. Can we just play this all year round, guys? I love it.
I'm a Christmas elf. I would have no objections to that happening.
Yeah, 'tis the season. I'm in the mood to prance about the studio. I'm feeling good.
So every single morning this week, this time, we have had families in studio that have had a lot going on in their lives, but yet still take the time to give back to the Indianapolis community. Final family this week, we have Frank and Lindsay Marino. Good morning, Marino family.
Good morning, how are you guys?
Love that last name too, by the way. And side note, this is kind of funny. I'm looking at Frank right now, and he's a trainer, and he used to work at LA Fitness, where I used to work, and I saw him, I'm like, man, I recognize this guy from a previous life when I actually used to work out. That's before I committed my life to a life of honey buns and Monster Energy drinks.
Well, I mean, now you've got the fiance bod, Kyle. You don't do that. You already won the game.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
The whole package right there.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Lower one's pecs are starting to sag and need a training bra.
I know. It's embarrassing. So Frank and Lindsay, you guys are in here because you actually got recommended to us from your good friend and cousin Dana. She was talking about how you guys have been through so much over the course of the last year, but yet you guys have still had a tremendous attitude, and you're giving back to Riley Children's Hospital, and you started this little thing called Titan's Mission. And tell us about Titan, kind of what happened and why you started Titan's Mission.
Titan was our son. Very early on, he was diagnosed with multiple heart abnormalities when he was in the womb. And to make a long story short, once he was born, he was immediately rushed to Riley Children's Hospital, and there they had to do multiple open heart surgeries. The very first one went very well. He was progressing well. He was in the ICU, and like I said, progressing well. And they had moved him out of the ICU into a step down unit. And he was in there for almost a week, and they were trying some more progressive feedings instead through a tube, and just something had caused him to throw up. And after that, vitals dropped, and there's just nothing they could do for him at that point.
And how old was he?
3.5 weeks.
3.5 weeks, a little over 21 days old.
Yeah.
And you guys have been through a lot. Obviously, anybody, that's just overwhelming to even hear that, let alone trying to go through something like that. They do have a couple beautiful boys in studio with us right now, Rylan and Riker as well. But yet you guys still stepped up and are still giving back to Riley Children's Hospital through this thing called Titan's Mission. Tell us more about Titan's Mission and what this is that you guys do.
Titan's mission is just basically to collect as many toys as we can to give back to the children that are in the hospital that may not have a chance to be home for Christmas. It's funny actually how it started was we were in the step down unit, and I look out into the hallway, and there's this little kid riding a tricycle through the hallway, and I was like, well, that looks fun. What's this kid doing?
I want a tricycle.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess one of the nurses said that was his rehab. So as we're leaving that night to go home, I kind of just peek into his room, and he's got Toy Story on the TV. He was watching Toy Story. And on the way home, Rylan, our oldest son, had a Toy Story bicycle and helmet. And we should donate that to that kid. Obviously, we can't do that because it had been used and whatnot. So then we just kind of talks of, hey, let's just donate some toys to Riley, to all the kids if we can.
That's so amazing.
Wow. So in a situation that, you've been in, probably one of every parent's, it would be their worst nightmare, situation of so much sadness and loss. What's given you the strength to take such a tragic situation and to be able to do something so good with it? Honestly, pretty quickly after you've dealt with so much loss.
Having 2 kids already, I wouldn't say it softens the blow, but it definitely helps. You just can't give up because you have mouths to feed at home, and you want to make your own kids happy, and if you can make somebody else's, life change in the process. I mean, the easiest way for us was to just think about giving back at Christmas time.
It's amazing, Frank. Lindsay, I know you haven't said much, but giving back to kids at Riley's Children's Hospital, has that given back something to you?
I would say yes. Yeah.
In what way?
For her, probably a little bit of closure. She's a nurse herself, so she does see things like this all the time, but it really hits home when it's your own child. So, we've always wanted as many kids as possible, and even though they're not our kids, it kind of, when doing something like this, kind of makes it feel like we're our own.
Well, you guys are absolutely amazing individuals for going through something like that, yet still having that pride, having that enthusiasm to give back to Riley Children's Hospital. There's another reason you guys are in here. Dana, your cousin, every single morning this week we've been doing this thing called Miracle on Your Street, and Dana's been keeping something from you guys. We've gotten so many nominations from deserving families that have just been through things that nobody should ever have to go through. No doubt about it, that is something nobody should ever have to go through. Dana, do you want to read that nomination letter that you wrote about your family, the Marinos?
I want to nominate my cousin Lindsay Russell Marino and her husband Frank Marino. Last year on November 16th, they lost their child, Titan. That, of course, you just heard about. They have 2 other children. The last year has been very hard on them. They had no life insurance on the baby, and the hospital bills have been tremendous. Throughout all of this, Lindsay and her husband have created a Titans mission to where they are collecting toys and blankets to take to Riley for the Christmas holiday to help other family members. Their positive attitude and willingness to give back is amazing. I nominate this family for more than what no family ever has to endure, but also because of their giving spirit and love for other families.
No doubt about that. Frank and Lindsay, you want to come back? We have something we want to tell you right now. Like I said, we've been doing Miracle on Your Street every single day this week. Families that have been through a lot. You guys have not only been through a lot, but yet you still give back to the community and other families, especially the kids. You guys are our final recipients of Miracle on Your Street. We have $1,000 worth of awesome things to give you guys.
Awesome, thank you.
You're the final.
Appreciate it.
You are very welcome, Frank. You were the final miracle family. Lindsay, you've been through so much over the course of last year. Rachel, by the way, knock off a couple things that we have them in this little goodie package.
Well, we know that some of your, one of your sons loves fire trucks. We have several toy fire trucks, including a remote control one and one that shoots water. We have 6 Indy Zoo tickets, 4 Pacers tickets, $100 to Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, and we know obviously the studio is packed right now. You have a lot of families. Oh, that Cheesecake Factory is going to be awesome. We also have $100 to Studio 2000, $100 to Target. We're also hooking you up with a $250 Samsung tablet, so you're going to have a lot of that stuff. Tons of Bath and Body Works stuff, a Bluetooth speaker. So just we have a lot of stuff for you, and we hope that that's something that is going to draw your family together a lot more, and is going to sort of bring a lot of joy this Christmas.
Yeah, I know. One kid was tearing up a few minutes ago. He can stop crying now. He's getting all sorts of toy fire trucks and RC remote control fire trucks. Okay, so you can't see this in studio right now because obviously you're listening on the radio, but we also have Station 7 firefighters from downtown Indianapolis. We know one kid is just obsessed with fire trucks right now. And there's also one other thing we want to tell you guys about to bring a little bit more joy this holiday season for you. Rita, you want to go ahead and share what Station 7 is doing for the family today and after the show?
Well, Station 7 would like to invite the family over for a special tour of the station. It's our brand new station, just opened about 2 weeks ago. And if you guys have time, we'd love for you to come by.
Absolutely, that'd be awesome.
Frank's like, I do got time for that.
Yeah.
Listen, the only time I'm ever going to be on the radio, you gotta let me in there.
Frank's gonna be like, get out of my way, Riker, and I want to be up on the fire truck. Station 7, thank you so much for being in here. There's one more thing that we need to tell you guys about that we've not told you yet. We know through the medical bills and all the life expenses that people have to deal with. Dana also mentioned that you've had a hard time being able to get the money to provide a headstone for a young Titan. Is that right, Lindsay?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Lindsay, you can't talk right now.
Unfortunately, a young Titan passed away over a year ago over the holidays, and we know you guys have had a hard time getting a tombstone for little Titan. So the final, I guess, miracle we want to give you guys is thanks to Thomas Monuments in Indianapolis, we are getting a headstone donated to your family for little Titan.
We really appreciate it. That's more than generous.
Lindsay?
Say thank you.
Sorry. It's okay. It's okay, Lindsay.
You have tears streaming down your face right now. You hear that. What kind of emotions are you feeling right now, Lindsay? Hearing that?
Too many to explain. I'm just grateful, so thank you.
You're very welcome, Lindsay. All sorts of good stuff. Amazing.
I know there's like no words. I'm just trying to get it together.
Same.
Yeah, and last but not least, I don't know if this was on the list. But I think you might be getting some David Beckham underwear too, Frank. So
I'll make sure I work on that so they feel well.
And if that's not a bag, I'll take mine off, wash them for you, and you can have them later on. Our final miracle family, the Marino family, God bless you guys. God bless what you're doing. God bless Titan's mission. And God bless little Titan. He's going to finally have his little tombstone or headstone that he deserves.
Thank you very much. So
You're very welcome. Big congratulations to you guys.